That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? At the end of Transformers Rise of the Beasts, they did a really pathetic post-credit scene that all of us knew wasn't going to go anywhere. When they teased that G.I. Joe was now in that world and they were looking at the Transformers, and we're like, well, that isn't ever going to happen. And yet here we are. The other day it was announced that Chris Hemsworth is in talks to lead a new G.I. Joe Transformers movie.
Because of course he is.
Because of course he is. And at that point, even then, in the back of my mind, part of me is thinking, that's fine, but I don't know that I really think this is going to happen. Well, they've just taken another big giant step forward, as the Hollywood Reporter is reporting that G.I. Joe Transformers now has got a writer in Jurassic World's Derek Connolly. They write this. Derek Connolly, the franchise scribe whose works include Jurassic World movies and Detective Pikachu, has a new sandbox in which to play. Connolly has been tapped to pen the script for Paramount's untitled Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover action project that is set to star Chris Hemsworth. Now, if you don't know the name Derek Connolly, that's fine, but he's worked on some pretty significant projects. Like the article says, he's worked on a couple of the Jurassic World movies, Detective Pikachu, Kong Skull Island, which I really quite like, of the Lego Jurassic World. He won a lot of awards for writing the screenplay for Safety Not Guaranteed.
I love that movie.
Love that one.
Which is absolutely fabulous. And he won a Spirit Award and a bunch of other awards for that too. And, I mean, to be fair, he also did not write the screenplay for, it, but he's got a story by credit on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Yep, got 2 sides to every coin, I suppose.
Yeah.
Again, didn't write the screenplay, but does have a story credit on that. Had to mention that. So that's it. Look,
he just came up with the opening scroll. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Somehow,
throw that up there.
Turn. So whatever. But I mean, winning awards for one screenplay, a couple of big hit movies. Also did The Rise of Skywalker. Well, whatever. Everybody's got one bad day at the office. So I think this news has now put me at the point where I'm like, I guess Paramount's serious about this. I guess they're actually going to make this movie. By the way, in other Paramount news, just a side note, we're going to save this till Monday, but they also just announced today that Miles Teller is going to star in an Officer and a Gentleman remake. We'll talk more about that on Monday once we have the chance to go to
it. Makes sense. He's got no place else to go.
Yeah, he's oh,
boy.
That's a little bit of a deep cut. But
deep cut. If you guys know your film,
I'm so happy.
I don't know that, but I'm just clapping anyways.
So anyway, but here's Paramount with their stocks plunging into the ocean and as their deals fall apart and all kinds of stuff, but they're still moving forward business as usual. And I guess they're going to kind of make this Transformers G.I. Joe movie. I feel like
that was their pitch too.
I
guess we're just gonna do this.
Make it.
They're almost caught up to Blade. They might pass Blade.
Poor Blade.
So here's the thing. I still don't really know who this movie is for.
I'll take it.
Like this, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be in line at this movie with an Optimus Prime and a Roadblock ready to go.
I love how you assume there's going to be a line.
The line of one.
What line are you talking about? We're straight in there.
Like, I'm in line. They're like, so you can just go in. He's like, but I'm in line.
Come on in.
I'm creating hype.
There's going to be a line.
John's just creating hype at the door. He's like,
I mean, listen, I'm going to be there. But I feel like this is a movie. If you're going to do G.I. Joe and Transformers, this is a movie you do 8 years ago. And not after you've run Transformers in the ground and then almost resuscitated it with Bumblebee, only to make the really stupid decision to not follow up Bumblebee, but instead go back to a Michael Bay era style Transformers movie with Rise of the Beasts. And by the way, I did not hate Rise of the Beasts. I kind of enjoyed Rise of the Beasts. I really did. But they made a big mistake. And G.I. Joe, I'm going to say the unpopular thing. It has no relevance anymore. I don't hear anybody talking about G.I. Joe anymore.
just on Toy Federation. Just collectibles, you know?
I mean, there's not even a good G.I. Joe game. out there to spark interest.
You're right. There is no like video game
No,
IP stuff. For
you
that.
would think there would
That would
be
be
like
great.
Oh, it makes sense.
a G.I. Joe game franchise.
I don't know why I never thought about that. So you said it.
You got Transformers game franchise. You got tons of Transformers games, stuff like that. But I can't think of a that. And so I just don't know. You know, Marcus Wise saying comic book, John. Yeah, how many people read the comic book?
I didn't. Okay, did we not have this conversation this morning? I'm like, I knew there was G.I. Joe. Marvel did G.I. Joe. I did not realize that Marvel did G.I. Joe Transformers.
Oh, like
crossover
the comics,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why there would be any expectation that this is going to work. I think Paramount had a path to victory when they came out with that Bumblebee movie, directed by Travis Knight. That was the first Transformers movie since the first one that really truly had heart to it and was just a really enjoyable film. Why they did not move heaven and earth to get a pure follow-up to that movie, get Travis Knight back, get Haley Steinfeld back, expand the Transformers world there a little bit more with a Bumblebee 2, and then keep going. But instead, they kind of abandoned it and then came back with Rise of the Beasts, which most average moviegoers have never heard of Beast Wars or anything like that. And now they're just going to kind of throw the spaghetti at the wall with this. And again, I'm going to be there day one. Make no mistake about it. I totally will. But I just know there's going to be a lot of other people there for that. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so that you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. When they arrived at our house, my wife Ann loved the feel of them so much, she couldn't even wait for me to get home to put them on our bed. Miracle Made has self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle Sheets also have incredible comfort and quality. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to TryMiracle, that's TryMiracle.com/Campia to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code CAMPIA at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Campia and use the code CAMPIA to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's TryMiracle.com/Campia to treat yourself. Chris, you're dying to see this movie. Explain why.
Thor?
I mean, we didn't cover that.
Thor? I don't know. For why? This is such a big for why for me. I don't understand why this exists, but hey, every pot has a lid, you know?
Every pot
If you saw the movie, you know the reference.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not excited about the casting for Snake Eyes they announced?
Paul Walter Hauser. By the way, Ray said something to me yesterday that I thought was a joke because we were going to go, who did the voice of Embarrassment? Because Embarrassment only has like one line. And Ray goes, Paul Walter Hauser. I'm like, haha.
It was.
Oh, it was Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah.
It was in like
Ridiculous.
everything.
He's in
now.
everything.
Sometimes I get things right.
And, to be clear, this could be a fantastic movie.
Could
It's
be.
gonna
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely
honestly,
could be.
I would love to go to this movie and be like, holy shit, this is one of the best things I've ever seen. This is cinema. This changed the game. I'd love for that to happen. I just don't feel like that's going to be the case. But hope springs eternal. So if this is a great movie, or if you're excited about it, that's great.
Yeah. And listen, the first trailer will kind of be but I don't know, like maybe Chris Hemsworth is but the first. What if we find out next week that like Denzel Washington has signed up as General Hawk?
I mean,
Or I don't know, like,
It would be great if G.I. Joe actually had a good movie first.
I mean,
Like
yeah.
by itself, a good
Yeah.
solo movie first. I think it's just, hey, let's just shoe him in with Transformers.
Hey, you know what? Black Panther got introduced in the MCU in Civil War. So
That
maybe
Yeah.
that's how they bring it in. I know. I'm grasping at very thin straws. I understand. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, Rise of Skywalker story credit aside, it seems like they've gotten on board a pretty capable screenwriter. They looks like they're going to have Chris Hemsworth on board. Do you see a potential? Do you see a road forward here for a G.I. Joe Transformers movie? I mean, I'm going to go no matter what, and I hope I love it. But is it going to find an audience? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.